Astonishingly, as soon as Vera and Meta mentioned Mr. Codex, the old lady and the young man knew exactly who they meant. "Dear Mr. Codex," said the lady fondly, "the best gardener we've ever had." "Kit keeps our trees trimmed for free," said the man. "He's been a royal gardener, you know." "We were looking for him because we have a question about books," said Meta carefully. The old lady smiled again. "I knew I recognised you. You're the librarians. Mr. Codex is a great reader. Of course he has written so many books himself." "He's written books?" squeaked Vera, her voice echoing round the old church. "I own one about roses," said the old lady, "but they're mostly out of print." Meta suddenly remembered something. "What's your book called?" "Queen Elizabeth's Roses," said the lady. "I've just understood something," Meta whispered to Vera. "Come on." Meta thanked the friendly church people and pulled Vera away. Vera was utterly confused. As they climbed the steps to their tiny flat overlooking the Wandle, she demanded to know what was going on. "I'll show you," Meta said, pushing a cardboard box towards her. Inside were all the books Vera had pronounced too tatty to live any longer in the library. "I thought it was okay to take them as they were thrown out." "Of course it's okay," said Vera, fishing out 3 battered books by Kit Codex, all about gardens. "I think when the note said we'd broken his heart, this was why," said Meta. "Look at the number of people who've taken this book out," said Vera, checking Royal Gardens on the library system she kept on her phone. 46 people in the last 6 months. These books are tatty because so many people have been reading them." "I'll mend them. We'll put them back," said Meta. "I've got another idea too," said Vera. "But first we must find the Wandle Worm and bring it home. And we must stop Kit getting into trouble." Meta looked out of the window at the hundreds of people still bustling round Southside. "How can we ever find him?" Vera grinned. "We've got his library details, so we've got his address. He's just round the corner from King George's Park." The friends did not want to startle Mr. Codex into an act of violence against the Wandle Worm. They decided to watch his house for a while and then make a plan. They walked there through the park, past the pigeon-infested bridge over the pond, the swans drifting like clouds on the dark water. On the tennis courts, a few late players were tap-tapping balls. Somewhere a party boomed out from someone's flat. Somewhere else people were shouting at the football. Mr. Codex lived by the recreation centre. Everything there was quiet. They found a bench where they could watch his front door. At 9 o'clock they saw the door open. The old man came out. They hid behind a tree as he walked past them towards the park entrance. "Let's follow him," said Vera. They skulked and hid, sliding between bushes and shadows, past the tennis courts, through the old rose garden. Kit walked towards the pond with its sleepy swans, and he stooped over the bridge. When he stood up, he was holding something. A package. Vera and Meta were horribly excited. The old man was heading home, but he hesitated by the bench that they'd sat on earlier before walking back into his house. He'd left the package on the bench. The package was fat but light. Vera unwrapped it cautiously. Under the paper and 4 layers of bubble wrap was the white and golden book, The Wandle Worm. "The kettle's on if you want to come in." The women started at the sound of a sudden strange voice. Kit was calling from his back door. "Man, I've rung the police to give myself up," he said.